All right, well, after too much time spent on getting this exhaust out, here it is. Over here, you can see what we will be replacing this section with. So far, this just deletes this bolts to the downpipe. You have a temp sensor here. Not exactly sure what that, I don't know. I didn't see a motor mount or anything there, but we'll get it figured out. This was super tight on mine, so I found it easier to just, follow the plug and disconnect it from there. Same went with these. These were super tight. I sprayed them with a little something, but in the meantime, I just went to the little modules and disconnected those. So I will probably just end up putting those back in, obviously, but then just wrapping these up and throwing them under the acoustic shields, since obviously they're not going to be used. Moving on, hanger, there's a little 13 bolt that goes in there, and if you're doing this on the ground like I am, I found it easier to just cut the exhaust or the muffler off. Being a dual exhaust, there was a weird angle that I couldn't achieve with it being on the ground, to be able to get this whole thing out in one section. So I am replacing this section with, oh god, let me squeeze back here, with this. So it essentially bolts here, and then I'll cut off the tips and mount them there. So it's essentially just a muffler delete. Alright guys, it's day 2. I spent most of last night just getting this big girthy thing out of the car. I didn't really film it because I was just up, down, grabbing tools, changing things. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of overview what I did to get it out. It's not as fun as the F10 non-X drive. This was definitely a little more intense. So I guess starting from the front, obviously you're gonna undo the V-band. You're gonna pull the sensors out. This one got stuck. You can see I kind of bent it, but you want to try and pull all of them out. I've heard of people just cutting this off. I was able to leave it. You're gonna have a bracket back here. Actually, it's this guy. So it kind of bolts like that. You're gonna have to pull that off. It's pretty tight against the firewall. Has 2 E-torques, a bolt, and a nut. I didn't take that one out, just unplugged it. You can loosen this and you should be able to slide this whole section off, but mine was stuck. Seemed like everything was. Another sensor, the little def sprayer mount. As far as getting it out, it was kind of a pain. I ended up dropping the subframe a little. You can see how much gap there is. So there's that, and then there's one, let's see here, right behind here. It's kind of tucked up in there. Dropped the subframe like 1.5 inches or so, and I also raised the engine. So the engine is sitting maybe like 6 inches higher than it sits stock. And also I removed the engine mount. and the engine mount arm, which is just kind of sitting out of the way. Yeah, not very fun. Let's see here. I got an absolute mess of tools and parts, but yeah. Also, if you're gonna be lowering the subframe, unbolt the other side a little bit. I also had to pry. Let's see, this is the end of the subframe here. I had to pry it down, and I actually have a socket sitting right there to keep it spaced. Because even with these, actually this bolt and that front one and this bolt are out. And yeah, it's still pretty tight. But yeah. Obviously up top here, you're just gonna take this intake off, and yeah, so pain in the butt. It's doable, just not very fun. If you have a lift, use the lift. Doing it on the ground sucks. Alright guys, here I am doing some deletes on the F15 X5D. I've purchased these EGR delete plates, or I guess they're block off plates, but I'm going to show you real quick where they go and how to put them in. First off, you're going to want to remove your fan here, which there are, there's one plug here, little push clip here, and then there's actually a push clip here, and this folds in so you can get around the radiator hose. So let me click my light on here. Alright, so first, the bigger one of the two. I've got a headlamp on, so maneuvering this camera to where you're not in the shadows. Big one goes right in here. Little one goes right in there. So this is obviously very tight. You need to loosen everything up to get this big one in. So there's 2 10s here. There's 3 of these. One goes right in here. One goes right underneath there. So it's pretty much like straight down off of that underneath. And then there's one tucked right back in here, down below, which you can get tucked right in here. And that's actually a 6mm hex. And then you're going to want to loosen these guys here. There's one on top, one on bottom, and that was wherever I put it. Oh, right here. That's a T45 Torx bit. So loosen those two, and then should be able to get it to wiggle. So you can tell it's shaped a little differently on each side. The rounder side will go towards the bottom. So you're just gonna slip that guy right in there. Make sure that these bolts match up. I'm going to start them finger tight, and yeah, just reassemble that section, and then that one should be pretty easy. Some little E-Torx, and it's on a flex pipe, so you probably just hand push that back a little bit and slide the next one in, and that's that. Alright, here she is, all buttoned up. Tune time tomorrow. See if I can squeeze this GoPro in here. Big old empty space. So this is the Buzzkin SCR delete kit. Pretty much just cut the SCR out. They give you a clamp there. And then this piece is pretty nice. The muffler delete. Just cut it, clamp it, cut it, clamp it. Same on that side. Easy peasy. Tomorrow's a day. Now we'll have 2 deleted diesels. Sweet. Get her started.
This is it.
Hopefully it works.
I hope so too.